If you are a solar electrical contractor or an apprentice running exposed pipe jobs here in Ontario, choosing the wrong conduit material before you quote a project will absolutely kill your profit margins or fail your inspection. Too many guys default to rigid PVC because they think gluing plastic is faster than bending steel. But when you factor in local structural code compliance, environmental frost hazards, and group bonding configurations, that cheap plastic run can quickly turn into a financial nightmare. In this complete comparison masterclass, we are putting this wall EMT and rigid PVC head to head. We we're breaking down the exact material cross variances, installation labor hour difference, strict OESC strapping distance, and the ground fall pitfalls you must avoid under section 10 and 12 if you want to protect your workmanship and pass your inspection on the first walkthrough. Let's get straight into the math. Let's start with tools and mechanical speed on site. If you choose electrical, metallic tubing, or EMT, your primary tools are an iron bender, a hacksaw or cordless bandsaw, and a high quality reamer. Bending a position 3-point saddle or an offset in steel takes real trade practice. But once you master your multipliers, you can manipulate a single 10-foot stick of pipe and secure it to the wall in under 3 minutes. There is no waiting around. Now look at rigid PVC. Yes, cutting plastic with a set of ratcheting cutters is fast, and joining pieces with solvent cement takes seconds. But here's the solar contractor trap. PVC is highly flexible and has a memory. If your layout requires a custom offset or a kit to clear a beam, you can't just bend it over your knee. You legally cannot use an open flame torch to heat it up either. That burns the plastic and violates the listing. You have to pull out an expensive electric heating blanket, wait 10 minutes for the PVC to soften, mold the bend, and hold it perfectly still until the plastic cools down and locks. For a solar guy trying to move quickly through a garage or commercial unit layout, that heating wait time adds massive unpaid labor hours to your day. Step 2 is where inspectors catch you guys cutting corners, strapping and supporting metrics. Because steel EMT is rigid and structural sound, OESC Rules 12-1406 states that you must secure your conduit within 1 meter of every junction box, couplings or termination points, and then maintain a maximum distance of 3 meters between your running straps. That means on a straight 30-foot run, you only need about 4 or 5 two-hole straps to clear code. Now let's look at the rigid PVC rule book under Rule 12-1112. Because plastic softens under heat and sags naturally over time, your support distance are drastically shorter for standard 3/4 inch rigid PVC. You must strap the pipe within 300 millimeters of every box, and your maximum distance between running support drops to a strict 1.5 meters. That is double the hardware and double the labor on that exact same 30-foot wall run. You are drilling twice as many holes into brick or concrete and fastening twice as many PVC straps just to pass your walkthrough. If your layout is horizontal across a hot ceiling or exterior siding, skipping those extra supports will cause the plastics to sag like a wet noodle, resulting in an immediate inspection failure. So that's one rule right here under Rules 12-1202. That's one of your rules. You also have here where you're going to have the fittings. You're going to have the expansion. So 12-1212 fittings, 12-1214 expansion joints, 12-1216 conduit support, and as you can see, it's going to read out for you what that rule is right here. Supported with hangers or clamps in such a manner as to permit adequate line of movement to allow for expansion and contraction due to temperature change, and with the spacing of the support not greater than those permitted in rules 12-1010. So when it tells you 12-1010, you're going to head back to that rule here, 12-1010. Let's look for that rule. 12-1010 is right here, and it's going to basically show you support of luminaires. Rigid PVC boxes shall not be used for the support of luminaires unless they are marked as being suitable for the purpose. 12-1112 fittings. Rigid PVC conduit including elbows and bends shall not be threaded but shall be used with adapters and couplings which shall be applied with solvent cement. Female threaded PVC adapters shall be used together with a metal conduit nipple to terminate threads conduit entries in metal enclosure. Let's talk about safety integration, specifically grounded and bonded under Section 10. When you install an EMT conduit system using steel set screw or compression fittings, the metallic tubing assembly itself acts as your continuous equipment bonding path back to the panel. You legally do not need to pull a dedicated green ground wire inside the pipe for standard dry location circuits, which saves you raw material costs on copper. With rigid PVC, plastic is non-conductive. It cannot carry fault current. That means under code, you must pull a dedicated copper grounding conductor inside every single run of PVC conduit and systematically bond it to every metal box and PVC and device along the path. If you are a solar contractor pricing out a long commercial feeder or hot tub circuit, having to purchase and pull that extra green conductor line completely wipes out any small material savings you thought you were getting by choosing plastic over steel. EMT saves you copper wire costs. PVC forces you to buy more. Finally, we look at the outdoor environment. If your circuit is running outdoor exposed to weather or buried underground, rigid PVC is excellent because it will never rust or corrode in wet earth. But if that plastic pipe stubs out of your trench and runs vertically up your foundation wall, you hit the winter freeze hazard. Under Rule 12-1152, if your soil experiences heavy frost heave, that moving earth will drag the underground PVC down. Turn your enclosure base straight off the exterior brick. To pass inspection, you must install an expensive vertical expansion joint to absorb that moment. Steel EMT won't shatter from frost, but it will rust underground if you don't use expensive galvanized rigid conduit instead. So what is the ultimate verdict for solar contractors? For exposed indoor garage layouts, commercial roofings, and high visible walls, EMT wins completely. Its structural rigid requires half the straps and eliminates the need to pull a green ground wire. Save your rigid PVC strictly for underground trenches and wet locations. Stub-ups where plastic is legally mandatory. Now that you know how to choose the right pipe system, you need to see exactly how to slide your wires through without getting stuck halfway. Click on my wire pulling masterclass popping up right on your screen right now. Drop a comment letting me know if you are Team EMT or Team PVC on site. Hit that subscribe button to help us hit our monetization milestone, and I'll see you on the next job.